Do you have an income, but you still feel stressed? You still feel like you are not financially stable? You're still living paycheck to paycheck and you don't know what is happening. Like you still feel like I'm still in the same position like when I did not have that income. Let me tell you, most of the time, even when you're earning more income or when you grow your income, you finally like feel like you're stuck or now it's going to get better. It always get worse. And the reason is not actually how you're spending your money. It actually goes deeper to so many other reasons why you find yourself there. And today I'm here to tell you you're not alone because it happens to so many people. And also I have decided to prepare a whole YouTube video so that we can be able to discuss some of these reasons why you're feeling broke and how you can actually be able to get out of this situation and enjoy the freedom that you are working so hard to get to. Hi guys, my name is Jen Dishu and I'm a financial advisor. Reason number one is lifestyle inflation. So this is where you actually, the moment you earn more income, you increase on your spending or your expenses. For example, if you are earning like 30,000 Kenya shillings and now you have gotten like a job which is giving you 50,000, you actually increase your expenses by either moving in a house where you're paying more rent. Like for example, if you're living in a bed sitter where you're paying like around 10,000, now you increase that from 10,000 to almost like 15,000 or 20,000. This comes with other expenses like the electricity. This comes with other expenses like the water expenses. And if maybe you get to buy other things like a fridge and such things, it's going to inflate the amount of money that you are going to be using or your expenses. So at this particular point, you're going to feel the pressure that now I got a higher income, but now I'm still feeling stuck and I still feel like I'm not financially okay. The second reason is not having a financial plan. So most of the time when you don't have a financial plan or you don't tell your money what to do for you, most of the time, as long as you have the money, you will always feel the urge to spend your money. So if you don't have a budget, if you actually don't have financial goals or reasons why you're putting your money aside, most of the time you're going to find that at some particular point you're living paycheck to paycheck, because anytime you get money, you just have the excitement of spending. So it's equally very important to make sure that you're tracking how you're spending your money and you're having the right financial habits around your financial freedom journey. The third reason is when you have debts and obligations. So this is like, for example, when you have so many loans, like mobile loans, like maybe you have bank loans. So once you get your income, you're paying this loan, borrowing another loan. Like you're always in this cycle of where you cannot be able to manage your debt. Most of the time, your money is going to be directed in paying off those debts. And most of the time, you're going to feel the pressure because it's like your money is always gone. Your money is always like out of your pocket. The other thing is the responsibilities that you're taking. If maybe you're living with your family members, if maybe you have a lot of black tax, like you have people you have to pay for school fees, you have medical bills for your parents and such things, most of the time your money will not even stop in your pocket. You will always have a lot of responsibilities. You will always feel like I don't even have enough to save or invest. I'm just living. The other reason is no emergency fund. Let me tell you, if you don't have an emergency fund, and you actually having that income, most of the time, if you get an emergency or if you have any financial inconveniences, most of the time you're going to find yourself either in a situation where you have to borrow or in a situation where you're going to get into a cycle where your money is not enough. So the moment you're not having any savings aside for your emergency, or you don't have money for maybe your future expenses, most of the time you're going to feel overwhelmed by the income that you're having, and probably you're going to just live paycheck to paycheck. You always have the anxiety, you'll always have the stress because you don't know how you would happen or you would survive in case you even lost that source of income. And most of the time it will be more of money and not more of the freedom that you're looking for. As I always say, having an emergency fund gives you the freedom to actually live the life you want, because you don't go to that job because you have to. You go to that job because it is actually serving your purpose or your passion. And in case you would want to change that, you're not worried because you have rent for the next 6 months or 7 months, which can help you even adjust or move your job from one place to another place. Reason number 5 is when you don't have investments. Let me tell you, if your money just comes in your pocket and you just spend it, most of the time you're not going to be motivated because you will never have to enjoy the passive income. Most of the time your money is not working for you, you are working for your money. So if you don't have mechanisms where you're having savings and investment, most of the time you're going to just feel the pressure because you're like, why do I have to wake up every day? why do I have to do this? Why can't I have a car? Why can't I have my own investments? Why can't I have maybe other sources of income? So you not having those investments, it's going just to drain you over time. You're going to find that you don't have money. So because all your money is actually going to your expenses. And at this particular point is where I come in as a financial advisor. In case you would want to start in your savings and investment journey, make sure to follow me on my Instagram page, and then you can book a consultation where we can be able to discuss how you can get out from your income or paycheck to paycheck to actually having investments where you build a passive income and where you get the freedom and you don't have to be stressed out. The last reason is money habits and mindset. So this is where you are twinned to a situation where you feel like you need to spend your money. Either it's out of emotional spending where you just want to spend your money, or maybe you have that scarcity thinking where you feel like if I'm saving my money or if I'm investing my money, maybe I'm going to not have this more of money, or maybe you feel like I don't need to do it because other people are not doing it, and also the fear of missing out. So most of the time you end up spending your money not because you need to spend it, but because you feel like if I don't spend this money, I'm going to miss out. I'm not going to be like my friends. And such things are going to affect you to live paycheck to paycheck. And let me tell you guys, how you treat your money or how you respect, the amount of respect you give your money is going to come back. Because if you disrespect money, it's actually going to disrespect you. It's going to end and you're not going to have the control. But if you respect money, believe you me, it's going to have to give you the freedom. It's going to give you the respect back. So you need to actually make sure that you change your mindset around money. You need to make sure that you develop the right financial habits to make sure that you don't get to that point where you're spending your money and now you have to live paycheck to paycheck. At this particular point, I know you're asking yourself, if I have been doing this or this is me, how do I break the cycle? How can I be able to change? And as I promised, I said I'm going to give you some tips that are going to help you to actually change the reason why you feel broke. And one of the reasons is to make sure that you track on your expenses. This is where you have a realistic budget. Make sure that you have something that is actually working for you, a budget that is actually flexible and designed according to your own income, according to your financial goals, and according to the reasons why you want to spend your money. And at this particular point, this is why I'm a financial advisor, to make sure that I can design a budget for you that is going to help you to actually achieve your financial goal. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram page so that we can have this consultation. The second thing you can do is to make sure that you have a financial plan. This is like having a reason why you are earning. This is like be setting aside this amount of money to go to buying a car, to buying a house, like the reason why you wake up every day. Let it not only be driven by your money, let it be driven by a higher goal, by things that are going to motivate you. The other thing that you can do is to make sure that you have savings and investment. And I'm saying, when you start saving and investing, make sure that it is a progressive thing. It's not like a one-time thing. Actually, financial freedom is a journey, meaning that you need to do it oftentimes. You need to do it over time. So once you start investing, there is no stopping. It's actually growing with it. The other thing you can do is to make sure that you have an emergency fund, because it's going to give you the freedom to choose the life that you want, and you don't have to feel stressed. You don't have to feel like you're broke. You don't have to feel like, in case I lost my source of income, what happens to me? The other thing that you can do is to make sure that you have the right money habits and the right money mindset. This is where you tune your mind to learning financial literacy, learning that your money is going to multiply the moment that you're investing your money, making sure that you have the right habits around money, like making sure that you first budget before you spend your money. You don't just borrow debts, you just don't borrow loans everywhere, and you actually learn the art of growing yourself with good debts and not actually getting into bad debts. This is where you also have a system where you can control yourself when it comes to spending, where you have the right financial plans and where you have the right financial mechanism to make sure that you're not missing out, but still you're not spending your money the way you are not supposed to be spending. And in case you would want to have an accountability partner, make sure to follow me on my Instagram page so that we can have a consultation on the same, and then we can be able to move and grow our money mindset and our money habits. I hope you have learned something, and I hope that it is going to help you to actually move from being broke to actually feeling like you're doing something with your money, and to a point where you get wealthy and rich. And until next time, thank you.